sound of Surrey.
Together we can make a difference. BBC Radio Surrey.
It's time to make a difference this Sunday afternoon. Anne Feloy is founder and chair of Ollie's Future, a young suicide prevention charity founded in loving memory of Anne's son Ollie. And this Valentine's Day, the day of Ollie's death, Ollie's Future are asking people who have lost someone to remember them by putting daffodils in their window instead of the more traditional rose as you would on Valentine's Day. And I'm pleased to say Anne joins me on the programme now to tell me more. Anne, thank you for joining us this Sunday afternoon.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Now, I suppose, first things first, tell me a little about your son, Ollie.
Well, I could go on and on. He was such an amazingly positive, kind, funny, loving son. He did so much in his life, and he was only 22 when he died, but he'd got a first at UCL in history. He spoke several languages. He'd gone around the world in his gap year. He did so much, had so many friends, and as everybody says, he's the last person in the world you'd have thought would have ended his own life. So we miss him greatly. He was such a charismatic person and just lit up the room. So you can imagine how devastating it was when we lost him.
Oh, of course. And so there's something to remember him by. You set up the charity in his honour. What are the aims and I suppose the hopes of this charity, Anne?
Well, yes, it was quite amazing, really, how quickly we all came together because so many friends wanted to create something positive in his memory. And we thought that a charity that prevents other young lives being lost to suicide was obviously something that was key and so needed. But the other aim is also we run training and we run suicide prevention initiatives in all sorts of ways. But the other part of that is that we celebrate his life through awards and events, and we promote well-being through the arts because he was a great singer, great entertainer, performed at the Adelphi Theatre in London, and we wanted to capture that as well. So we've just recently had the Great Connection Festival. We do all sorts of things that are very positive and fun, really, which was completely him. Our motto is love and light, and that's exactly what he brought into the world. So we want to spread that still through those positive well-being initiatives.
Now, of course, tomorrow, the 14th of February, a very significant day for you. Everyone else is thinking of love and romance. You, of course, have your own thoughts on that day. We won't dwell too much upon those and delve into them. But tell me about this lovely idea of yours, putting daffodils in the window on the day to create a feeling of positivity.
Well, yes. I wanted to obviously celebrate and remember Oliver because that was the day we lost him. It was 5 years ago that he died. And I also, it just occurred to me that lots of people will be missing loved ones on that day, partners, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, people that they would have maybe celebrated Valentine's Day with. So I knew I wasn't alone. But and in some way to share that love and show that love still. And I thought, what better way than putting daffodils in the window, because it's a symbol of sort of new life after the darkness of winter. There's such bright, cheerful spring flowers, and it sums up Oliver's personality. He was so bright and cheerful, and yeah, it is a way of remembering loved ones. And so I wanted people to remember Oliver, but to remember their own people too that were very special to them.
And is this the first year you've done this?
No, actually, last year it comes along on the back of a poem. I sort of woke up with a poem in my head about a year ago, and I've got the poem, and I've and some people have recorded it. Some of Oliver's friends have recorded that poem, saying different lines. It's only short, but it was on the back of that, and so it sort of started last year, but this year it seems to have gathered momentum. I'm really pleased about it because it obviously does resonate with people wanting to do something on Valentine's Day for the people that are no longer here.
So, Anne, I know you've written a poem for this campaign. Would you care to read those 8 lines out for me?
Yes, certainly, yes. It's called Daffodils, and it goes like this. Put daffodils in the window, the brightest of the bright, to remind us of your presence, to remind us of your light. Although the years are passing since last we saw your face, your memory sustains us with love and light and grace.
Oh, that's really lovely, Anne. Thank you for that. And before you go, thoughts with you for February the 14th, tomorrow, of course. Just if anyone wants to get in touch with you or find out a little more, is there a website somewhere they can go to get more information?
Yes, certainly. The website is www.ollysfuture.org.uk. That's OLLYS, Ollie's Future. And we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, Instagram, all the usual social media. So, yes, do look us up and see all the work we're doing. There's so much going on, and it's all in memory of Oliver, and his light continues to shine. So, yes, the more the merrier, really.
Beautifully put. Anne, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.